Hi guys, today I will reflect about the Word of God regarding being resilient or having that determination, spiritual determination that comes from being confident that God is with you or God is with us. So it says here in Proverbs 24 verse 10, if you falter in times of trouble, how small is your strength? So this word really resounded in my heart even years before when I also faced a lot of challenges that really gave me anxieties or worries in life. So this word impacted me and always reminds me that there is no great trouble that we cannot handle when we have God in our side. Because in times of challenges, God is really testing us and giving us the assurance that we can overcome these things because He already gave up everything for us. So this current trouble or situation that we face each day that gives us or that discourages us is just a simple or a little thing compared to what God had undergone just to save us. We are not comparing ourselves because God is God and we are only human, which is why the more we really need to depend on Him each day. It also says in the Bible that we need to daily surrender to God and take up our cross and follow Him. And we cannot face these trials or challenges in our life if we face it alone. We cannot overcome it, I tell you. When a person doesn't have any relationship with God or doesn't have faith or doesn't have assurance within himself when time or when challenges come, surely he or she will easily break down or will easily give up in life. But in my life, one thing I realized is to even more seek God, pray about the situation, surrender to Him what is troubling you, so that you will have within yourself the peace that transcends all understanding. It also says in the Bible that we need to pray not just about the simple things or the thing that bothers us, but pray about everything. Because God always listens. God is always there. He knows our situation. He knows what's going on in our life. And this gives us peace. Personally, it may not be compared to other people's challenges, but for me, I've also faced difficulties when it comes to dealing with people around me or doing my tasks. I oftentimes cry or break down as well because there are lies of the enemies that are wanting me to compare myself to others or how they quickly resolve their problems. When it comes to me, I cannot even move a single task like that. But God always wants to assure us that He is more than enough. He is more than enough to help us, to provide us with wisdom that we need in times of challenges. So a person can easily falter or will have worries or anxiety attacks because he or she or we are not rooted in what God is telling us to do when we face challenge or when we face difficulties. We easily panic because our mentality about a task or about a problem is bounded within our limitations. But since God is with us, He is fighting for us. And when we seek God, surely He will not forsake His children. As long as we ask, as long as we put ourselves in our need of His help, surely God is a good Father. He will not turn His back to His children. So this word really reminds me that our God is our helper, as what it also says in Exodus 14:14, which is my favorite verse, that God will fight for you, you need only to be still. And in this verse, it made me realize that there's still a lot of things that I need to work on on my faith, especially when I encounter situations I cannot control, that I can't control, that is out of my scope of or control. So I believe that God is always there to provide us with strength, to provide us with determination, enough motivation, and His promises are already enough assurance or hope or light in the dark tunnel for us to cope up with whatever the enemy might try to place in our life. And even though God allowed these things to happen in our life, whatever that is, it may be a financial struggle, a relationship struggle, a health struggle, or whatever it is, in times of distress, we can always call upon the Lord, and surely He will be there for us to guide us. So that is one of my reflection, which is why coming to God or going to God in times of need, in times of dire of distress, of in dire help, is the best option we can do, or is the best action we can do in order for us to cope up with difficulties in our life or in times of trouble. So there, my friends, I hope you are encouraged with this verse in Proverbs 24 verse 10, and it will also be a reflection to each one of us that we need not to be fearful, but to always go to God and face our fears and lean on to God and wait upon the Lord, and He will renew our strength. He will renew our heart, our mindset, and that we can clearly think, for God provides wisdom in times of these challenges. And so there, my friends, thank you for listening.